So I've been really using some Beats headphones lately to record and listen to the audio whenever I'm on a set or whenever I'm doing YouTube videos and I kind of want to hear myself. Very clean, very clear and crisp audio. So if you're looking for some headphone recommendations, would really recommend Beats, and I've got everything from the Bluetooth to the studios to the active ones to the regular just plugging in through the aux cord. So like I said, would recommend those. So today we're going to be talking about tripods and why you should be looking at the ones that are the more expensive side. And let me go grab mine real quick. Got to set you down, Grogu. Be good, please. Don't chew or eat on anything. Okay, so I've got two. They're both Manfrotto that I use commercially, and this one is the Manfrotto 055 XDB with the 484 ball head on there. Really love this one, and it is my probably preferred photo tripod. If I'm going out specifically to get like a sunrise or sunset photo, this is usually the tripod that I go to. If I'm needing a second camera, this is usually my B-cam tripod. A-cam tripod if I'm doing video, it's on this one. This is the 3011BN with the 3130 fluid head on there. So if I'm doing video work, this is going to be my A-cam setup, or just any kind of video whatsoever. Really soft and smooth movement that I can tighten down just to get a little bit more kind of drag in there to where it's not so touchy. Same tripod plates go on each one of them. And the reason why I love these particular tripods is it has this locking switch right there, and whenever that is on, even though I press to release it, it's not going to release that camera. And that to me always signifies like, okay, do I have a good grasp on the camera? It's not going to just fall off the tripod. Because if you have some cheaper tripods, and I've given almost all mine away by now, I started out with the Walmart ones and actually had one left. And I'm actually using it right now so I can film both of these, but the handle unscrewed and it won't go back in. So if that would have happened on a set, you know, you can't really do anything. You know, I've kind of got it propped up to where it's sort of in position right now, but it's not fastened in tight. With this, I can tighten down and loosen anything up, and I've never had a problem where anything's just broken on me like that. Super heavy duty tripods. Go up, I feel like almost well over 6 feet on both of them. Extend out to where you can get lower angles to the ground, and they can come up too. One thing they need to replace on this one is the rubber O-ring on the inside. It's getting a little broken in there just from use and everything like that. But you're looking at a few $100s easily on getting an inexpensive tripod compared to the 20-30 bucks that you get from Walmart. Is that worth it? Yes and no. So the last video, or one of the videos I shot last week over how to shoot those hyperlapses, time lapses, I was using, I believe it was this one right here at first, because I wasn't sure if I wanted to do just a standard time lapse or if I was going to do just speed up regular video. And first I had all 3 legs extended out, and then trying to move that over just became really hard. So what I did is I just took the one leg, extended it all the way out, and was able to basically use it as a monopod. I do have a monopod. It's not something that I use a lot. I mainly do that if I'm shooting some kind of event and I just don't want to hold my camera on my neck a whole bunch. So why is it worth it to invest in one of these? Well, the weight. If you're looking at some cheaper tripods like you get at Walmart, they're gonna be very lightweight, and that's gonna present 2 problems. One, if you get a heavier camera, it's going to have the potential to tip over, break a leg, fall over or anything like that. This one, there were like at least upper 20s on the wind gust one day while I was out shooting a time lapse out at the lake. This, I had no problems leaving it there outside the car. I was inside the car staying warm. I just extended the legs, propped them out, and set the camera on there. Didn't budge at all. Now, if I was on the cheaper ones from Walmart, I'd be a little bit more concerned of, is the wind gonna catch my camera just right and knock the tripod over? And if you see, some tripods have little options to mount or kind of hook something at the bottom. You could probably get some kind of S hook right in here to put even more weight down at the bottom if you were worried about that. I've never had to do anything like that with these. Like I said, these are pretty heavy. Probably 7 pounds, give or take. So it's not something that's gonna go in like a daily carry bag that you're gonna go around with you. For that, I would recommend something like a little lightweight Gorilla Pod, a Switch Pod, something from Walmart to get you those like real quick, easy vlogging setups where you can film yourself or just shoot something hands-free, really simple. So also, if you're on like a commercial shoot, like I said, and you know, your handle pops off or your tripod breaks, what kind of message is that going to send to the client, and then how is that going to affect your day? Because if all of a sudden you're wanting to get a 2-3 camera setup and your tripod breaks, now what are you going to do? So this is why it's important. There is gear that will hold their value longer. Lenses and tripods are at the top of that list. Everything else can depreciate relatively rapidly. SD cards, audio equipment, bags, camera bodies themselves, all those can depreciate. But this is a tripod that is years and years old. I did not buy these brand new. Got these both at a garage sale. So look for those kind of deals. You never know when you're gonna find some type of camera equipment. But looking back now, I wish I had, because I've bought 4 or 5 tripods that were cheaper just to try to get me by so I could get my slider set up, or so I could get 2 or 3 cameras going. And I've had 2 of them break on me now, whenever I could have just invested and got one of these to begin with. Those ones that, oh, you gotta crank it to go up and the lever breaks on it, or it doesn't quite tighten down all the way because it's came loose, or the threading is kind of weared off. You don't run into those problems a lot with these higher end tripods. So like I said, I do recommend these Manfrotto tripods. They're absolutely stunning. Stunning. They do look great, and they do provide me a confidence whenever I'm working. We just did a photo shoot, and if you're interested in how I kind of set it up and everything, where we did some like real high exposure photography for some blueberries and some lemons, throw a couple photos up here. But I needed this tripod because I needed to be secure, because I was working in and around the tripod and the tank that we had set up, and I didn't want to accidentally bump it and it go knocking over. I needed something solid that wouldn't move. Now, if you are hiking out in nature, do I recommend one of these? Probably not. If I'm going out in nature, I occasionally will carry one. Depends on how far of a hike I'm going on. If I'm going on a longer hike, I usually do not carry one of these. So there is a lot to be desired with the Manfrotto compared to the Peak design. That is another very good option that is very stable but is very lightweight compared to these. That just depends on how you want to do it. Also too, these are not what I would consider in the realm of video tripods. Usually those will have a clasp that'll just kind of pull up and pull down to lock the legs in. It's a lot easier for trying to adjust video. With this, I've got to unscrew these 6 screws and kind of like shimmy it down, kind of make sure that it's level and balanced out. But if this was a video tripod, I'd just pull that one lever up, pull it down. So there's lots of options out there, but always go on the side of this is an investment that's going to last a while when looking at tripods and camera lenses. So if you guys are interested in learning more about this, I'm going to link to the Manfrotto website. This is not sponsored, but I believe they have a very good tripod. And I also love their Instagram feed, so if you guys are interested in following them, I'll throw their Instagram down below as well. But if you guys have any questions, I think next week I'm gonna go over camera bags. I'm gonna kind of make a series where I go over equipment and it's gonna give my thought processes on, is this going to hold value long term, or is this going to depreciate quickly, or what kind of things should you look for? And like I said, it skipped out on the tripod, so we're gonna mention that, so don't click away yet. But if you guys have any questions over camera bags, what to look for, which ones to buy, which ones to avoid, we'll go into that as well. But things to look for in a tripod. You want to look at height first of all. How high is this going to get? How high do you need it to get? Like I said, both of these get to about 6 foot, fully extended out. Perfect height. I often probably won't shoot anything ever above that, and if I do, hopefully we'll need it mounted. Okay, but then you're going to look at the mounting options for the ball head. What kind of threading is it going to have? Is it going to need a removable head? So these I can swap off back and forth. I've seen some other ball head options, so you can update those as well. What are you kind of looking to do? Like, is this a photo tripod? Is this a video tripod? What exactly are you trying to get out of it? So this right here, I wouldn't have this be my primary video tripod because there's no handle for me to pan and tilt and dolly and truck whenever I'm using it. Also too, how easy do you need to deploy it? Is this something that you're trying to do commercially? If you're doing some kind of photo or video work, you're doing real estate, you're doing architecture, you're doing product or interviews. This is not an easy tripod, like I said, here, let me make this just a little bit lower, maybe make it a little bit higher. I guess unless you're talking about just raising up the middle arm here. This one too, on my photo tripod, does not have that O-ring, that rubber O-ring on there, so that's something that's not gonna break off. It just has this little rubber stopper right there, and that locks in place like so, compared to this video one, which does. And then going into videos too, do you need something that is going to have that small, I guess not the small, but the knobs to control how much tension is needed? Do you need something that is going to lock off and hold the camera in place? Is that 100% necessary? No, but it gives me a little bit of peace of mind that I'm not going to accidentally hit that and the camera's gonna fly off over onto the side. So that is one reason that I really like this tripod. Other things to look for, like I said, is the weight. What kind of handle do you want to? Do you want one of these long handles, or do you want more of kind of like a pistol grip action? How much can the tripod support on camera weight? For a lot of people getting into it, you're getting some kind of point and shoot or DSLR, might weigh around 3 to 5 pounds max. If you're doing work on like a cinema camera and you have to worry about a 10, 12 plus pound rig setup, you're gonna need a stronger tripod than some of those cheaper Walmart ones that have a lot of plastic in the joints and in the camera mount. So you might want to look at something that's got some heavy duty metal or some aluminum carbon fiber options. So those are kind of some real quick tips and advice for what to look for whenever you are considering your next tripod or your first tripod. Would love for it to be Manfrotto, so go give them a shout out or a follow on their Instagram and go check out their website to see what all options they have. And Manfrotto is everywhere, so go to your local camera store, not Walmart, and kind of see what options you have. It's probably the first expensive option in that next level up group. There's probably some like Sunpack tripods that are a little bit cheaper going up into those peak designs. So back to rounding up, if you guys have any questions over camera bags, what to look for, what I like, what I don't like about camera bags, write a comment down below and I will hopefully get those questions answered next Friday. But until then, I will see you guys later. Bye.